What's up, gamers? Glad to be back. Island Delver Gaming here, and for today we're gonna be playing Mono Blue. Yes, even though there's Cavern of Souls in standard, we're still gonna be playing Mono Blue, and this is my updated list. So first things first, what I did here is that I reduced the number of counter spells in this deck. So we are only playing 4 copies of Make Disappear, 2 copies of Negate, 2 copies of Spell Pierce. And what we did here is that we added a lot of card draws in the deck. So we are playing 4 copies of Consider, a copy of Sleight of Hand. Malcolm is the new card that I'm very excited to play from Ixalan. So it's a 2-drop 2/1. It has Flash and Flying. And whenever this deals damage to a player, put a counter on it. Then draw a card, then discard a card. Then if there are 4 or more chorus counters on Malcolm, you may cast the discarded card without paying its mana cost. So I think this card goes very well with our Haughty Djinn and Tolarian Terror in the early game. It lets us discard a card, so adding fuel to our graveyard, and at the same time drawing a card, so it's basically filtering out our draws. We are still playing 4 copies of Thirst for Discovery and 2 copies of Flow of Knowledge. Then since we are running lesser counter spells here, we are adding 2 main decks, Slip out the back, just to protect our Haughty Djinns and Tolarian Terror. So let's take this into rank and play some games with it. Oh, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. So without further ado, let's see this deck in action. So opponent goes first. I'm okay to keep this hand. Low opponent. Blue-white for our opponent. Pass the turn here. Sorry, our opponent is red-white. So there it is, Cavern of Souls. That's basically the reason why we are not playing that much counter spells compared to our previous versions of this deck. Let's pass the turn here. We do have 2 Fading Hopes. Oh, pretty interesting. Okay. Let's just see. I'd probably go with that. Then this goes to the graveyard. This one to the bottom. So let's just go Sleight of Hand here. Oh, another Djinn. Why not? Let's get that other copy of Djinn. And I think I just bounce this. Moment of Truth is okay, I think. Let's keep that. We can save our last Fading Hope for 3 Cavern of Souls against Mono Blue. Wow, that's pretty cool. Roaming Throne. A very good card. But let's try to put some pressure here. So this is a dragon, Ward 2. So you choose a creature type when this enters the battlefield, and if there's a triggered ability of another creature you control. Oh, very nice. Very, very nice. So this triggers at the beginning of our opponent's upkeep. So we can just probably bounce this at the end of turn and start attacking. So first things first, I think it's better to draw. Let's get a land here. Let's put this in the graveyard. This on the line. Oh, we drew a land. So what we can do here we can bounce this. So just attack for 7 here. And yeah, maybe we can just tap out. If our opponent will do the same play, this will be forced to block later. So let's just attack. This is first strike though. That would be pretty cool. Let's drop another Hotijin here. Oh, very cool. This is a pretty cool dragon though. It's a 5-drop, 5/5 flying first strike. And it gives you like a pseudo draw. Very good card. Very excited to play with this. Another dragon. Oh, very, very nice. Okay, so at least we can win here. Let's bounce this. Good game, good game. So let's go into sideboarding. Okay, so my bad guys. I intended to play best of 3 to play test this deck, but since I played just one game in a best of 1, so let's just play 3 games in best of 1 using this deck. So we can keep this. High opponent. Red. Okay. Not that great for us. With this opening hand. Oh. So against mono red, this is not the hand that we want. And we keep throwing lands, but I guess that's okay. At least for now. We're expecting a mechanized warfare. Interesting. Interesting. This is gonna hurt us. So let's just take 2 here. Let's thirst for discovery, draw some answers. Let's discard a land. We don't need that land, but still we drew a land. Okay, let's see what we can deal with here. So we have a bunch of like really big casting cost here. Phoenix Chick, we're gonna be taking 4. Let's just bounce this one. Consider. I think consider is okay. We need our Hotijins. Wow. Moment of truth, I kind of want that. Let me draw this. Up to this point, I think I just want to drop a Tolarian Terror. We're gonna be dead. So we want to draw... We want to find our Jins here to at least stop the bleeding. Mechanized Warfare, very good card. Opponent dropped that on turn 3. Opponent will do a lot of damage here. Oh, we're gonna be dead. Good game, good game. So we're gonna take 7. That's too bad. We had a very slow hand. So this is gonna be the third and final game. Let's try to win this and go up to 2-1. Opponent goes first. Hi, opponent. Black green. Just pass some turns here. Consider on the next turn. Counter if there's a Liliana. Okay. Let's just try to draw here at the end of turn. Land. At this point, I think land is okay. That way we will have an extra land. Okay, now we are drawing too much lands for a deck with 22 lands. Let's first discard an island. But we do have a full hand. Another one is okay. So 3. So our first opponent had 3 Cavern of Souls. Now we are facing against 3 Red Knights. Let's discard, and I think should we drop a Jin? Let's just drop a Jin at this point. If our opponent has 2 removals in hand, so be it. So I guess the rest is okay. Can try to block here if our opponent attacks. Let's just do block, take 6. This dies, our opponent casts it. Lion Terror, I'd love that. Should I start aggroing here? Let's just attack with this. Drop the Tolarian Terror. Pass the turn. Opponent has a Restless Cottage. Oh, that's pretty cool. It has an exile target player's graveyard. Exile target player's graveyard. Yep. That was so good against us. Hope to draw a card. Yep, that's definitely what we want to draw. So we need to discard 2 cards. Let's discard 2 islands for now. And we need to discard here. Probably discard an island. For now, I think we can just pass the turn here. So let's discard you. This one, I'd like to counter this. Let's just waste 2 counters. Depending on if our opponent will pay for it. Let's double counter this one. We don't want to sack anything. So let's double Jin here. This point, yeah, let's get Malcolm. Try to manage here what we can do. Yep, that's okay. So our opponent drew 4 copies. So we have Shield Red. I think I'll just let Shield Red pass. Then let's do full control and put a stop. We want to but just drop a Malcolm, bounce you, and draw some cards. Can probably win here. Let's see. Let's put that in the graveyard. Through a land. So 7-14, yeah, we can win. Good game, opponent. That's Mono Blue for you. So this is my updated Mono Blue list. So I intended to play best of 3, but I ended up playing 3 best of 1 games. So we did lose to a Mono Red, and we did a pretty good job against like 2 mid-range decks. So one is black green, one was, the first game was red white. So I think I'm comfortable with this build in a way that we are not too much dependent on counter spells, and once our opponent drops a Cavern of Souls or some blue hate, then we can just quickly switch to an aggro strategy. So I think I'll play with this list a little bit more. So if you are playing blue in this standard metagame where there is a Cavern of Souls in standard, shout out to you. Don't forget to leave me a comment. I'd be happy to read your comment and try to learn from you as well. So that's it for this video. Have a great day, everyone. See you in the next video.